we all saw what happened with Toronto. Maybe the biggest shock coming out of the first round, and probably the biggest
Yeah.
shock in the way that it happened. Up until that point, the biggest shock to me was Edmonton getting swept
Yeah, that
by
was.
the Jets. Like that to me, I didn't see that coming at all. I was like, man, that's shocking for sure. And then Toronto basically says, hold my beer, and goes out and leads a series 3-1 and
Oh
turns around and
my
loses
gosh.
three straight.
3-1 again like this.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I that one hurt. That one hurt. Should have been an easy one, and it wasn't. It tells me a lot about this team. And like my hot take, Boone, I know this is one of your boys, but I put this a lot on Austin Matthews. And I'm going to be clear why. We've had this debate before about how I believe he's a shooter.
This ought to be good.
I'm telling you right now. Do you remember early in game one where he had that little thing? Somebody kind of ragdolled him a bit, and he's just like smiling to the crowd. I'm like, cool. That kind of funny the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Then it happened again.
Mm-hmm.
It happened again where he got ragdolled the ground and he sat there with his little smile like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, you're the best player on our team and you're acting like this. This is what our guys, this is how you're rallying the troops with your little coy smile in the playoffs where you got to be tough. Big question marks. Now you've heard me say it, trust the process. I believe in the growth. The team, as these guys will get older, they'll get better and wiser. But that guy needs to give his head a shake. Like he's got to toughen up. Like that was really, really disappointing. I hated how soft that team is still. I thought we added some grit, but we didn't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think I saw one finally a big hit, like with like a minute and a half left in that game.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. I will agree with you. There's some issues in that locker room. I think there's some issues with the culture. I think there's a couple of things that have to be figured out. I agree that they were soft. I know when you look at Austin and think he's a shooter and that's it. That's where you and I disagree, because I actually think that Austin is not a bad two-way player. I think he fights hard when he loses the puck and when he doesn't have the puck. I think he can actually, I think he does come back to the zone. I'll give him that. I think he has the ability to be a great two-way centerman, and he's potentially could be a very prolific scorer based on the pace and what he did this year. The track record in the playoffs is horrendous for both him and Marner.
Terrible.
But I think more importantly, like
I don't
when
mind
I look
Marner,
at this,
go on. Yeah.
I know you don't mind Marner, but he hasn't shown up in the playoffs yet. And don't get me wrong, Matthews probably doesn't have the success that he had this year without Marner. I think Marner, that tandem was pretty unstoppable through the regular season. You have to give credit to Montreal for doing what they did and shutting them down. You absolutely have to give credit where credit is due there. But I think it's a bigger issue with the Leafs. I think there's a problem.
It was like the same stuff. It was like so frustrating watching the same things to get in the zone. I'm like,
how do you not show up for like game 6 and 7? Like, how do you not show up for those games? Game 7 in particular, for me, I was like, I finished that game. I was disgusted. I thought to myself, you guys, I don't feel bad for you know who I felt bad for? I felt bad for Jason Spezza, because Jason Spezza might have been one of the best players in that series.
I'm like, why? I'm like, get him on a good line. I'm like, he was really impressive. I actually kind of like Spezza, to be honest. Never liked him all his career. Now
so true.
I like this guy.
It's so true.
He's got a good attitude.
Yeah, won me over. But I think when you look at like Dubas did all the right things with this team for the most part. Like, yes, Joe Thornton. I mean, we know he's not going to come in there and make a big impact with his play, but at the end of the day, he's there to. Yeah, but he's also there to be. He's there to support the culture in the room. He's there to be the veteran presence, right? Same as when you bring in Simmons with some grit. Foligno in the end, again, you're bringing in some guys with experience, former captains, right? You bring in Bogosian. I actually like the blue line. I think the blue line's good, decent. I think the blue line is actually
Foligno had to be hurt, eh?
He was, yeah. Well, he sat out.
He had to be. Like, I feel like something was going to come out. Like, because he didn't look like himself in there.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think there's some fundamental issues with the Maple Leafs, and they need to figure that out.
Luke plays GM for a second. Do
Yeah.
you move one of the big three?
Yes. I think you
Okay.
shake it up 100%. And sorry,
I'm with you.
by the big three, you're talking Tavares, Matthews, and Marner.
Sorry. We have a different big three.
So you're
I'm,
talking about Nylander in the third as one of the three.
not Tavares. I'm like, Tavares is good
Okay.
in my books. He stays, he's there.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
guy's the
He
core
stinks.
that's
I
been
mean,
here for a bit.
yeah.
Not the free agent that signed. Yeah. One of those three.
Yeah. I think you got to move one of those three. Who do you move?
I think it's who you get the most for.
Well, more is it who you get the most for? Why? Well,
you know what?
You're not.
Here's what I'm going to take.
Are you going to tell me you're going to move Matthews? Is that what you're going to say right now?
So here's what I'm going to say. What could you get from Matthews?
Oh,
would you trade Matthews for like a McKinnon right now?
I don't know that you. I don't know that. Is there value 1-to-1 there? I don't know.
I don't know. The contract for McKinnon is amazing.
Okay, here's the other one, which we've heard a ton.
Would they not that they ever would? Not that
here's one that we heard coming, and people are talking about a lot. Eichel for Marner. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't know if that value's on par either. No. Like it's a tough one. But the other thing you have to consider too is with Marner, you might if you get the chance to move that contract, you might move that contract.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. Anyways, it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing. We could talk about this all day.
Oh yeah, we should do. I could do a whole thing on this.
It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah,
play trade game. We should do that a podcast, just straight like, okay, scenario. Would you do this deal?
Yeah, seriously, it's like
let's do it.
It's it's fun to play GM.
I'm questioning. I just want to leave with I'm questioning the integrity of Austin Matthews right now on the ice. Flat out. There's something missing. The fact that in my mind that his greatest game he's ever played for the Maple Leafs is the very first game he ever played, that sits with me poorly.
But it's such a high standard. What do you expect the guy to score 4 goals every game?
It's just the way he played. He looked great out there. I was so jacked up about it. I'm like, this guy. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong.
But he looked great. He looked great in many games throughout the regular season this year.
Fine.
He looked great.
Fine. Love him, Toronto. Love him.
Oh my God. The smile. I kind of see what you're saying.
That was just not like, you don't follow that into battle. Come on, guys.
But I think
Come on to battle.
I think the intention was for him to say, like, I'm not gonna play this game. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you get under my skin.
I'm not gonna let you play tough. You can just throw me to the ground.
My skin.
Don't worry, guys. Throw me to the ground. I'll do nothing. I'll just roll here and smile.
But
that's what he told that team. That's what he told his other followers. That let's go.
Yeah, I also don't disagree that he could be a little bit tougher, no question. He could play a tougher role. He could throw the weight around a little bit more. I just don't think that's his game.
No, last time he did, he separated his shoulder. Last time he hit somebody.
There you go. So we can't have that happen.
All right, let's get into
anyways, I digress. Let's get into let's get back into the betting scene here.